All right, now we're going to move on, and for those in the audience, I'm going to tailor this next question a little bit. We've talked about some of these issues before, but it's about the balance of growth and preservation. And the question has to do with responding to the current economic conditions and the change, the sea change for how you finance projects. Mixed-use development that incorporates multifamily residential housing is a way of financing projects that has stalled in this recession, not just in South Pasadena, but everywhere. And it seems that way. And so the citizens here still hope for costly community improvements. Parking, public spaces, parkland, pothole repair, pipe fixing. And don't forget competitive pay for public employees. So here we have a community that really expects a high quality of life, and all this costs money. The mechanism that has been traditional in Southern California for fueling it was residential. The bottom fell out of that market. Dr. Sherman, I respect that you're saying government isn't in the job of being a developer, but I'm asking which of the three of you have the answer to how you will strike the balance of stimulating growth within the tools that government has. How are you going to stimulate growth and at the same time preserve our small town character so we don't become like some of the other cities that we don't like, that we love, our neighbors, but don't want to be. So, Michael?
I ran out of ink while I was writing that question down.
The question is, how will you strike the balance of stimulating growth while preserving our small town legacy during a very severe recession?
You know, actually, if you read the general plan, it tells you what they're doing there. It says you've got to maintain this small town character while at the same time encouraging. But how do you specifically do that? With programs. We've got a program I met in 2003, 2004 when I was mayor, city manager, and a person at Gandel's furniture store on the corner of Fair Oaks and Mission, which you know is under construction now, and said, I want this place fixed up. We've got $25,000 for facade improvement. We're ready to give to you. Please do it. I tried and met with him. The other is the co-owner, her sister, for weeks. He said, I'm afraid to do it. They're finally doing something like it. It's city programs, city policies that encourage customer-friendly. When you walk up to the planning and building and safety and code enforcement, they say, listen, we understand the economic conditions. We've got rules, but we're willing to be flexible. We don't compromise. We always maintain that balance. But you've got to be flexible in encouraging people. We've got a survey coming before us in a few weeks to examine where South Pasadenaans spend their money. Let's find out what type of products and services they spend their money. Then we can sit down and in a strategic way, look at how we can go after those businesses.
Thank you, Michael. Bill, how are you going to balance it?
Well, first of all, you know, we live in a city that has almost over 50% rental units. And I think that's a very high percentage. I think that while encouraging growth, we really don't want to encourage the more rental units. Condominiums or other residential units may be something we want to consider, but I don't believe that we want to have a city that's predominantly made up of renters. I think that there are city programs that can be used to encourage growth, certain tax incentives, certain conditions. I think that as far as the ability for the business to obtain permits and their ease of getting their business done in the city hall, that needs to be improved. That many businesses have mentioned that it's very difficult to get things done in the city hall. I think we need to look to see what's being done and what we can do to make our city a business friendly. It's only through business that we're going to get enough money to do the infrastructure that's required.
Music to a chamber director's ears. Mr. Putnam, what are you going to do to balance growth and stimulate growth and balance the preservation?
Well, there's good news and bad news on that. The good news is that we don't tax businesses like many other cities do. And we don't have a lot of heavy fees that we impose on our businesses. The bad news is that what cities do to stimulate business is they cut taxes and they cut fees. We don't have those taxes and we don't have those fees, so that doesn't give us an ability to stimulate. We can't print money like the federal government does and hand it out to businesses through tax credits and other things. So we're very limited in what we can do. What we can do is become more business friendly, and we've done that in the last several years. We've actually got one-stop business licensing and a whole bunch of other things that we've never done in the past to encourage businesses. And of course, the chamber's been integral in helping to get new businesses into the town. We want to do this in a way, we will, by the way, be able to preserve our parks, fix our potholes, and pay our employees competitively while stimulating the type of growth that we want in South Pasadena.
Thank you.